Embarking on the journey of spiritual awakening is like emerging from the deep waters of an ocean. Imagine yourself as a diver rising from the depths, gasping for a fresh breath of air after a prolonged dive. The water below represents the world of illusion, and as you ascend, you start to see everything with new clarity. It's like stepping into a new dimension of truth, one where there's no turning back. As you surface, you notice others still submerged in the depths, unaware of the illusions surrounding them. While they remain content with the comfort of unawareness, your essence is reshaped, and a door closes to the past. Now, only the forward path remains. This awakening, though liberating, brings a paradoxical sense of limitation. It's as if you've reached the summit of a grand mountain, breathing in the crisp, pure air, but looking down, you see your loved ones trapped in the valleys of illusion, absorbed in the mundane. This creates an inner conflict. Is this awakening truly a gift, or does it come with a burden? While others seem satisfied with power, control, and material pursuits, you are driven by the deep longing for self-discovery. This journey, daunting as it may be, is undoubtedly rewarding. The path ahead is rough, often uncharted, but the views it reveals are beyond imagination. Yet, as with any transformative experience, spiritual awakening doesn't come without challenges. These challenges don't have moral value. They simply exist, much like the struggle to breathe in a higher altitude. Your body needs time to adjust to the new air, just as your mind and soul must acclimatize to this heightened awareness. Today, we will explore the lesser-known side effects of spiritual awakening, the subtle nuances and experiences that often go unmentioned yet are universally encountered by those on this path. 1. Navigating the maze of confusion. Picture this. You've just awoken from a dream that felt intensely real. As the remnants of the dream fade away, a rush of puzzling thoughts fills your mind. Questions like, what just happened? Or, is this normal? Bombard you. This sense of confusion often follows spiritual awakening, much like the disorienting moments right after waking from a deep sleep. Even if you've been on a spiritual path for years, immersing yourself in sacred texts and practices, the actual experience of awakening can feel like stepping into a strange and unfamiliar land. Everything seems new, the language, customs, even the very atmosphere. It's unsettling. We are accustomed to walking paths we know, guided by the familiar. But spiritual awakening thrusts us into unknown territory, far beyond what we can grasp through mere thoughts or concepts. In search of understanding, we often turn to spiritual teachings, ancient texts, and philosophies, hoping to find a roadmap for this uncharted territory. But what do you do when even these texts don't fully explain what you're experiencing? It's easy to get lost in the confusion, and the natural tendency is to panic or seek quick answers. But the most profound insight often comes from embracing the unknown. Think of it as walking through a fog. It slows you down, forcing you to pay more attention to your surroundings. Instead of seeking immediate clarity, see this confusion as an opportunity to be present, to stop searching externally, and to turn inward. In the stillness, there is a powerful force waiting to be discovered, a space where you don't need instant answers, a space where you can simply be. By quieting the mind's relentless chatter, you create room for your inner voice, your intuition, to rise. While spiritual texts can offer guidance, the truest guide lies within you. Sometimes, the journey isn't about finding the right path, but about surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that you're being guided, even if you don't have a map. Confusion is not a dead end, it's a scenic detour. Though it may take longer, the insights and views along this route are far richer than anything you'd encounter on a direct path. See this as an invitation to listen more deeply, to develop patience, and to open yourself to possibilities you've never considered. 2. Embracing the feeling of disconnection. Imagine stumbling upon a radio station that plays music resonating deeply with your soul. The melodies are unlike anything you've ever heard, and they touch you in ways you can't describe. But as you tune into this new frequency, the stations you once loved begin to fade, turning into static. This is a fitting analogy for the sense of disconnection that often accompanies spiritual awakening. As you move closer to your true self, the dynamics in your social circle begin to shift. Conversations with old friends that once flowed effortlessly now feel strained. Where you once eagerly jumped into discussions, you now find yourself retreating into silence. The interests that once captivated you now seem shallow, and even the people who were your pillars of support may now feel distant, like stars fading into the night sky. Your priorities and perspectives change rapidly, and it can feel as though you are shedding an old skin and stepping into a new one. This phase of transformation can feel isolating. You crave deeper, more meaningful connections that nourish your spirit rather than drain it. If this resonates with you, it's important to recognize that this sense of disconnection is not a sign that something has gone wrong. Rather, it's a natural part of the process. The disconnection you feel is an opportunity to embrace the new person you are becoming. It's not about forcing yourself back into your old way of being. It's about honoring the unique individual you are evolving into. This may mean that some relationships will naturally fall away, and while this can be painful, it's essential to remember why you started this journey, to be true to yourself. During this phase, uncertainty and vulnerability are common. It's crucial to gently nurture your emerging self, just as you would care for a delicate sprout pushing through the soil. Surround yourself with people who offer non-judgmental support, who create a safe space for your spiritual beliefs to flourish. Seek out environments where your heart feels seen and acknowledged, rather than places that pressure you to conform. It's like being a young sapling in a forest full of ancient trees. You may feel overshadowed at times, but remember that you're growing at your own pace. It might feel lonely at first, but remember that there are others on a similar path. Connect with these kindred spirits, and together, you can support each other's growth, just as rain and soil nourish a tree. Disconnection is not the end, it's a passage to something greater. It's like crossing a bridge from your old world to a new one. On the other side, you'll find connections that resonate more authentically with your true self. 3. Understanding the role of increased pain in awakening. One of the surprising truths about spiritual awakening is that it doesn't erase pain. In fact, it often amplifies it. You might expect that awakening would bring you closer to peace and joy, but instead, it can lead to more intense suffering. But why? Awakening is like turning on a brighter light in a dim room. Suddenly, everything is revealed: the dust, the stains, the imperfections that were hidden in the shadows. As you awaken, you become more aware, not just of the beauty in life, but also of its pain. You begin to see the suffering in yourself, in others, and in the world at large. In your unawakened state, you may have been unaware of how your actions and thoughts affected others. But in an awakened state, every interaction, every emotion, takes on greater significance.